session.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sorry for the delayed start. Welcome to the February meeting of the New York State Joint Commission on Public Ethics. Let's turn to attachment A, please, approval of the minutes from the January meeting. Yes.
I just want to, we have one correction on page 5. The motion to enter into executive session, it was made by Commissioner Garcia and seconded by Commissioner Shapiro.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Is there a motion to approve? Motion. Thank you.
Commissioner Horowitz.
Commissioner Horowitz, second.
Commissioner Yates.
All in favor?
New York City.
Albany.
Albany.
Marvin, are you voting in favor? Marvin?
Yes, I am voting in favor.
Thank you.
We see Commissioner Shapiro.
Okay, it's unanimous, yes?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Item 3 on the agenda, report from staff.
Yep. Yes, Mr. Chair, and briefly. We're in the process now of preparing our annual report, which comes out typically in around April. Obviously, it takes a while to compile all the lobbying statistics and other information we'll be including in this year's report. Ethics Officer Forum was held on financial disclosure statements. So we're working closely with agencies, as one can imagine, on dealing with those as we get close to the May filing date. We have another ethics reminder that's also in the works. Keith,
student interns.
On student interns and what the limits are on their the ethical limits on their behavior is while interns. I think that's about. I think that's about it in terms of our outreach and publication schedule, Mr. Chair. For an update on lobbying applications, Carol, who's been acting as our director for lobbying.
Okay, so we're gearing up now to launch the bi-monthly reports and the disbursement of public monies in the new lobbying application. We're anticipating that will open up early next week. Just like we did with the statement of registrations, we're going to post detailed written instructions for filers, a step-by-step with like screenshots on how to file in the different reports, and we'll also post how-to videos. We encourage all filers to look at those, and then we'll also have help desk and other staff ready to take calls. So the only other thing I'll mention is now we're going to start seeing some of the streamlining that the new lobby application, the benefits of the new lobby application. So in the statement of registration for any filer that knew what they might be lobbying on and they put their lobbying focus in there, maybe a bill number that they knew they'd be lobbying on, that will carry over into the first bi-monthly report, and filers will be able to click on that. Thereafter, everything they put in their bi-monthly report, meaning what they lobbied on and who they lobbied, will carry over to the next bi-monthly report, and they'll be able to click and add if they're still continuing to lobby on that item. So it should make things easier as everyone gets used to the new system, but it will streamline the process going forward.
There are no questions about the application. Steve Bullen will present our third quarter financial report.
Thank you, Seth. For the third quarter, we spent just over $1,222,000 on personal service for a year-to-date total of $3,472,000, or about 75% of our cash budget for personal service. On non-personal service, we spent for the quarter just over $186,000, and that covers categories such as supplies, equipment, travel, and contractual services. For the year-to-date total, it's $476,000, or 52% of our cash for NPS. So total spending for the quarter was just over $1.4 million, for a year-to-date total of almost $3,950,000, or 71.4% of our total. All right, so I anticipate we should come in under our total cash allowance threshold for the year. Seth, thank you. Any questions?
If there are no questions, on the agenda, we have an update on our legislative proposal. Based on our meeting, our last meeting, I reached out to the councils for each of the majority conferences, as well as counsel to the governor's office, forwarded them that proposal at the request of the commission, and asked if they were interested in discussing it further, bringing it to their attention as a proposal that might address some of the issues regarding disclosure and transparency. That was done almost right after our last commission meeting, so it's over a month. To date, I've had no response to that outreach. It is out there. It's been on our website, and they've been made aware of it again in writing. So we wait.
Okay. Thank you. Attachment B, there's the proposed meeting schedule.
Once again, this is
anybody's got any issues?
Yeah, this is obviously something that doesn't need to be voted on. We've tried to accommodate all of the religious holidays and summer as well, and to guarantee that we have meetings so that we don't go beyond a 60-day period without a meeting, so that we can act. So, as it stands, this would be the meeting schedule for the remainder of this calendar year.
So we just would ask if anyone has any known conflicts to let us know before we finalize it.
Okay. That concludes the public session, February meeting. So in this
New business?
oh, go right ahead.
Okay.
Commissioner, please.
I wanted to ask Seth, we have 2 vacancies on the commission, and unfortunately they're both legislative vacancies. Brian Kolb and Andrea Stewart-Cousins have not filled vacancies. One of them has been long-standing. One of them has been for at least several meetings. Given the voting structure that we have, it's difficult for the commission to do the work that it needs to do unless those vacancies are filled. And I'm wondering, Seth, if you've heard anything from Andrea Stewart-Cousins or Brian Kolb about potential replacements so we can do the work we have to do and take the votes that are necessary.
Absolutely, Commissioner. With respect to the now Senate majority, we reached out to them. Well, we reached out to them after the vacancy occurred, when they were when we'll call it the Democratic appointees from the Senate, the way we're structured, and no response or appointment was made. Reached out again to counsel when the Senate Democrats became the majority, and had a meeting and apprised their counsel directly of the vacancies. And then again, as you know, we had a hearing. I was asked a couple of times about the vacancies. It was made plain again to the legislature that those Senate vacancies occurred. With respect to the Republican conference in the Assembly, that vacancy is almost 2 years now since David Renzi, who served on the commission, left. I have sent a number of emails to council advising them and of the necessity of appointing someone, and to date I've had no response. So the requests are out there, and I have yet to receive a response. If we do, I will certainly reach back to the commission, but nothing to date.
Anyone else have anything they want to raise? Okay. Can I have a motion, please, to enter into executive session? Thank you, Commissioner. Second. Thank you.
Commissioner Yates and Horowitz,
All in favor?
New York City.
Unanimous WebEx. Unanimous Albany.
Stand by. We're back in public session.
Thank you. Welcome back. In the executive session today, we discussed litigation approved an exemption under Public Officer Law, Section 73(8)B, approved one settlement agreement, commenced one substantial basis investigation, authorized actions in several pending matters, and discussed several other investigative matters. That concludes the February meeting of JCOPE. At this point, can I have a motion, please, to adjourn the public meeting? Thank you, Commissioner. Second. Thank you, Commissioner. All in favor?
Mayor City. There's Commissioner Horowitz and me.
Thank you.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. See you next month.